Starting off with the primer, I'm taking my NYX Angel Veil primer, and I'm going to use this to prime my face for the white makeup and my regular foundation and blending that in. I'm also going to be using an eyeshadow primer for the eyelids. I'm going to take my Urban Decay one. This is a potion primer and placing that on my lids. Then I'm moving straight on to foundation. I'm taking the 24-hour Revlon Colorstay foundation. I'm going to dot it on my face and then just finish packing it on by stippling it on with a flat top kabuki. Starting off with this e.l.f. Prism Palette, I'm taking this nice bronze shade with my finger, and then I'm going to take that light shade right there on the inner corner. These are foiled eyeshadows. And then blending them both together, I'm taking my LORAC Pro palette, and I'm going to take this taupe shade, and I'm packing that on the crease. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Champagne, also from that palette, and packing it on the inner corner to make that face pop. I'm going to take another color from the LORAC palette, and it's a nice dark bronze, and I'm putting that on the outer half of the lid. Taking a blending brush, blending them together, taking the shade Stable, and putting that on the outer crease just to give it some depth. And then I'm going to go back in with a fluffy brush and just blend those colors out together. I'm going to fill in my brows, and I'm taking the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I love this pencil. Nice, natural finish to the brows. And then I'm going to finish it off with some powder. I'm taking the shade Taupe from the LORAC Pro palette as well and feathering it out just so it gives a more natural feel to the eyebrows. After that, I'm going to set them with a clear brow gel, and then I'm moving on to concealer. I'm taking my NYX HD Photogenic concealer. I'm going to go for a really highlighted area since this is a glamorous look. I'm going to blend it out with my finger, and then I'm going to take a brush and blend it out even more. I'm taking this Airspun powder, and I'm going to set my concealer there, and then I'm going to move straight on back to the eyelids. I'm just taking an eyeliner. This one's by Maybelline. I'm sorry I don't have a clip for you guys. And I'm just not going to do any winged eyeliner, and then I'm just going to go on to mascara, prepping my lashes for falsies. I'm just going to be placing some kind of voluminous, glam, falsies, Can I stop saying And I'm just going to place those on, and what a difference, right? Then I'm taking my Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I'm going to use this to sculpt and chisel out my contour a little bit. And I'm going to take that on the highest points of my forehead and then around the chin neckline area. Taking my NYC bronzer and going in for a more bronzy look. Moving on to blush, I'm going to take this one by MAC, and it is just a baby pink color, and I'm going to pack that onto the apples of the cheeks, pushing it back to the hairline. Because I want my contour to be on point, I'm going to take this Airspun powder again and just kind of make a line to make sure my bronzer doesn't look messy and muddy. And then I'm going to hit the top points of my cheeks with a little bit of highlighter, as you can tell, by MAC. And then I'm going to blend all this out together so it's nice and blended, nothing too harsh, and you don't see any harsh lines. And then my glam side of the face is complete. We're going to move on to the dark side of this glamorous look. I'm going to be taking some Vaseline and putting that on the eyebrows so they will stay still. And then I'm taking this dense brush, and I had a little bit of white paint on there and going over my brows. Taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, I'm going to place that on my eyebrows because I do want to cover their color and make sure they look out white. And then I'm just going to blend this out with my finger. I'm going to take Black Bean, which is also a jumbo pencil by NYX, and I'm going to place this all on the eyelid, on the lower lash line, and also on the inner corner. And then I'm just going to blend this out with my finger, and I want it to look rather messy since it is, kind of a dark side. You don't want it to look too perfect, but I also want to tight line. I'm just taking an eyeliner here. This one's by Revlon, and I'm going to tight line on the lower lash line, waterline, and then on the top one as well. Then I'm going to take more of my jumbo pencil, and I'm going to just keep packing it on to the intensity that I wish. This time I used a brush so I wouldn't take off all the product. And as you can see, I'm going to take it a little above the crease. Right now I'm just putting it on the crease, and then I'm going to set it with a black eyeshadow, and then I'm going to pack it on up to the crease as well. I do want to give it this kind of winged liner kind of feel, just so it looks more dramatic. I don't know, I kind of like the way it looks this way. And then I'm going to move on to mascara, because we do want to prep our lashes since we will be wearing falsies. Just because she has a dark side doesn't mean she cannot wear falsies, right? And then I'm just going to blend some of that whiteness down to the black shade, giving it a more gray color. And I'm just going to alternate between that brush and then the black eyeshadow shade, because I want that to give more of a grayish color, so it looks like a transition from like kind of a dark eye. And then I'm going to go over my brows one last time to make sure I can get them as white as possible. I'm going to take a little bit of that jumbo pencil under the eye as well, giving it a gray feel under there as well. I don't want that area to be super white or super black. I'm just going to take this eyeliner brush and taking a little bit of black bean as well. I'm going to create the nose. I'm just going to go by the structure of my nose. I think that's the best advice I could give you. Go with the form that your nose is shaped. You will see mine in a close-up in a minute. And then I'm just going to loop it all to the one side, and you want it to get dark even on the inner like nose area. You want that to be dark. You don't want any skin color showing. And as you can see from this clip, I extended it out even more to go with the curve of my nose. And then you just want to fill it in till you get to your desired. I'm going to flicker it out so it looks rather messy and it doesn't look perfect. I'm going to set that as well with just a black eyeshadow color. I'm going to take this on a more dense brush, or a more liner brush, and I'm just going to begin by making the teeth. Now the best way I can tell you this is start from with your bottom lip, and what you want to do basically is just make a upside down teardrop. That's the best way I could put it. And then you're just going to connect them together. As you can see, they're teardrops. You can't see the tails from under my lip, but they are just upside down teardrops. Don't pay attention to the top part of the lip. You'll see in a clip in a minute. I had to fix that, but you don't want them to be super together. You want to give them some room so they can look like teeth. And then the top ones from your top lip, you want to do the same size as the bottom one, but once again, as you can see, it's just a teardrop. That's basically what I'm doing. From the very tip, you want it to look very extended, very out, so it kind of looks like the gum area, and then just teardrops. So I'm going to let you guys watch this. As you can see, I think you will get it better by just watching than me explaining. So yeah. Once we are done with our teeth, I'm just going to take a little bit of that white jumbo milk pencil, and I'm just going to shade in the teeth white. It'll start to come together in a moment, and then you just want to fill them in all white, just in the inner kind of area. And then we are going to take a black eyeshadow color, that one right there, from the LORAC palette, and we're going to shade in that inner part with all black. And then you want to extend the tips of it from the upside down tear duct and the correct tear duct, and you want to extend it up. Then you will have room to go in with a black eyeshadow and shade that in, and then it'll give it a more teeth, gum, mouth kind of dimension that you want. I'm just going to take that brush again and just blend that white and that black together so it looks gray and it doesn't look harsh into one color. But I felt like I was losing a little bit of my white, so I packed it on under the teeth and above the teeth, and it's just going to look much more blended. It's going to come together as one in a moment, and you just want to take your time blending here. Pack more black on, pack more white on. You'll just see it into the intensity that you want. At this point, I'm just trying to cover all my entire face white that doesn't have any black, and then I'm going to set it with a white eyeshadow so it stays in place. I'm going to pop on a contact, and then I'm ready for falsies. So you don't have to pop on falsies if you don't want, but I just think she deserves a glamorous look. And then I'm just going to put mascara on my lower eyelashes. Put a little bit of blood on the center just because she is transforming into this dark side. You don't have to. And your look is complete. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you in my next video.